He is he's very effective, especially when it comes to destroying the left when it comes to arguments. And so let's get off of Newsom because he's kind of a boring topic, right?
Very.
So, last question here is, all of the president's great achievements, from tax cuts to securing our border to bringing factories back home. I personally believe the Trump accounts will have the longest term effect, because 20 years from now, 18 years from now, kids are going to, be able to inherit this money, get this money, and they're going to have 50, 100, 200,000, $300,000 in their bank accounts. And
this nigga. So if you go on your dashboard, can't hear me? You should be able to hear me. Testing, 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 testing. You should be able to hear me. Okay. So yeah, in your creator dashboard, content, video producer, publish. Like, these are my last lives. This is 2 hours and 46 minutes right here, duration. So when I publish it, when I go to my page, when I go to my channel, the last video should be there. Videos. The video I just published at 2:46 is now available. Right. And it's crazy. It's weird because I've got yeah. And I've got the setting on. So create a dashboard, content, video producer. I think I got the auto publish setting on. Something like that. Settings, auto publish. Stream. Always publish VODs. That way it should just be automatic. Yeah. You hear about Ja?
And I read today that if they're 28 years old and the money continues to grow, it could be up to $1.1 million by the time they turn 28 years old. And so, do you agree that this is going to have lasting impact?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hopefully he gets well.
It changes a huge part of the country. It changes the trajectory of so many lives. And now these children will be able to loosen up a bit, enjoy, being young, enjoy, time being in high school and in college, knowing that they can have fun again while becoming a businessman or a businesswoman. Like, to me, there's nothing greater, well, almost nothing greater, than teaching financial literacy to young people. I think it's so important. I think it should be in the curriculum in schools, actually, because it's a life-changing thing. They don't teach it, and it's what children need. It's what everyone needs. And these children, some of them will be able to teach even their parents about investing, right? And I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Nikki, I think everybody here is so grateful for your appearance. I know the president is. And
this is
we have
why
a
he's
very
blocked.
special place we need to go visit now, so we have to cut this a little bit short. But this was such a
This
fun
is
discussion with you,
this is
and
this
we are
is
so
why
grateful
he is
for you using your platform for good.
this is why Jaquan is blocked, because every time he hits me up, he's always asking for money. Yeah, he's got to get well, man. He's got to get strong. He's got to get strong. It's it's essential if we're gonna level up. And I wish the best for you guys as well, man. I pray you guys. You know what I'm saying, I pray you guys take care of your mental health. You know what I mean, I pray you guys take care of your bodies, take care of your minds. 94 followers. I pray you guys, you know what I'm saying, make the right decisions. I pray you guys learn new skills. Learn high income skills. Learn the skills that makes money. Are you still a business owner? Are you still doing things in that realm? Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Work out. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Yeah. Let it all work out. Who's up? I'm in this bitch. Let it all work out. From the outside looking in this bitch, and now I'm in this bitch. Don't you a genius? From the outside looking in this bitch, and now I'm in this bitch. CBU was psychic. Color spill reduction. Tickets for rockin' jail, nigga. I'll let this shit work itself out. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let this shit work itself out. From the outside looking in this bitch, now I'm in this bitch. Alright, I need blue. There we go. That's a bit better. CPU was psychic. Please swallow. It was like, but that's cyber bullshit. You know, like I was still lit. I swear that's like experiment. So chilly.
Target acquired. 20,179 LVNV times blood charge off. Unifying punts. LVNV exposed for willful raging slaughter soldier. Unifine just responded, just Muhaf 23 2026, to your CFPB debt collection complaint, number 260109-2762-9796 likely, based on timeline attachments. They closed it with DV explanation, admitted they returned the $20,179 debt to client, December 23, 2025. Stop collection and don't report to bureaus. Punt complete, but LVNV Resurgent Owner Furnisher keeps the inaccurate trade line live with conflicting statuses, open versus charge-off, fake NOV 2025 activity, re-aging, and zero payments since 2022. This is willful FCRA inaccuracy plus FDCPA deception gold. Unifine washed hands, LVNV bleeds. Complaint breakdown, your original attack, your escalation hammered. Conflicting Metro 2, open versus charge-off, NOV 2025 versus April 2024 last activity. Fake 2025 updates equals illegal re-aging. Section 1681-2A 1 through 2, Section 1681AB. Resurgence December 30, 2025 response admits LVNV ownership since 4/26/2024. Prior Elan, inconsistent, obsolete. Unifying post-transfer collection with inaccurate reporting, deceptive. Section 692E2A, 10 Proposition 692F. Demand, immediate deletion plus civil penalties for willful. Attachments, Resurgent response, Experian detail, MyScore LVNV 20K screenshot, ironclad proof. Unifying response breakdown, no BS. You can look at the table in the conversation history. Violations locked, LVNV Resurgent plus Unifying nailed. You can look at the table in the conversation history. This 20,179 monster is your biggest drag. Reaging alone equals 50 to 100 point bleed. Unifying return equals LVNV isolated for FCRA kill. Battle plan, 20,179 LVNV elimination. Protocol 1, CFPB feedback, today. Reply, Unifying return debt December 23, 2025, but LVNV Resurgent continues willful inaccurate reporting, conflicting status, dates, plus re-aging. Demand immediate deletion plus civil penalties or break 781N willful suit. 2. Direct to LVNV Resurgent, certified plus email. To Resurgent Compliance, 1-888-665-0374, compliance@resurgent.com. Unifying return 20,179. Your inaccurate re-age reporting persists. Delete within 30 days or 6981N. 3. Bureau disputes, all 3. Furnisher, LVNV, conflicting re-age data post-Unifying return. Delete per 6981 IA5A. Removal odds, 95% deletion in 45 days. Unifying punt isolates LVNV for crush. Next action list, execute today or stay broke. 1. Submit CFPB feedback escalating LVNV willful plus demand deletion penalties by 5 p.m. EST, Jan 30th, 2026. 2. Send certified direct dispute to Resurgent LVNV. 3. Dispute all bureaus citing LVNV plus forward Unifying response to NACA lawyers. Bundle with Wells Self. 5. Stack positives. Tomo, Bridget, Chime apps, now. Progress tracker. Current estimate TU, 596. X estimate, 582. 77 AK plus derogatories. Crushing. 20,000 LVNV priority kill. Removals pending. LVNV, 20,179. 95%. Unifying punt. Wells Duo, 17 punts to 2K, 90%. Self, $360, 90%. Kickoff, 220. Chase Dual, 11K, 12K. Bounce, 1.5K. NCS, 5K. Projected post.
This is a very exciting thing that we're doing, and it was fast. They've wanted to do it. I understand they've been here hundreds of times over the years trying to do it, and they're going to give you a little bit of history. Roger Penske, everybody knows, he's a legend in many different things, but certainly in racing, he's won the Indianapolis 500 20 times. On the 18th time, I said, he's been a friend of mine for a long time, but on the 18th time I said, I think I'm going to give him the Presidential Medal of Freedom because, you know, how do you do that? Japan, Germany, Roger, right? Everybody, they want to win the Indy 500. They spend billions of dollars getting a car, and this guy wins it like every year. He won it so many times that he ended up buying the track. So now he owns a track, he owns a race. It's pretty good. Now he's won it, though. He won it 2 times since he got it. And it's a total of 20. And didn't you win the Daytona 500? Yes. How many times? 4 times. That's all? That's terrible. I can't believe it. Anyway, if you win it once, it's like great. The guy's amazing. He's a genius, and a real genius at cars and racing. And they are going to put up something that's really amazing. It's really having to do with our great 250th birthday, where we're having so many wonderful things. UFC is coming, as you know, in front of the White House. We're building literally a stadium. We're going to have over 100,000 people. And this is going to have a lot of people. I won't even say how many people because I think it can set a record for racing. It's going to be very, very important. We're celebrating Greatness with American Motor Racing. That's going to be the name of the event. It's going to take place on August 21st through the 23rd, and it's going to be so exciting. And I love the racing. I don't have a lot of time to watch it, but I love the racing. And just before we start, I will say numbers came out this morning. They're phenomenal for the country. So we announced yesterday that for the first time in, I think, 28 years, America made more steel than Japan. Can you believe it? Japan's a big steel country. America made more steel than Japan. The numbers are record-setting numbers. Every one of our numbers are good. We've never had anything like it. We have over $18 trillion coming into our country. We're building thousands of plants and all sorts of businesses all over the United States. There's never been anything like it. $18 trillion investment. So we have over, fellas, we have over $18 trillion being invested in the United States of America. The record was $3 trillion 10 years ago, not by us, by another country. And we're going to do 18, and I think the 18 is going to go higher. We're just looking at 11 months. The 12th month hasn't come in yet, but it's going to bring us over 18, maybe even hit 20. So you have 18 to 20 trillion dollars coming in, and we've never had anything like it. We have a record we just set, as you know. The S&P 500 just set a new record, 7,000. Nobody thought that was possible in this quick a time. They thought maybe at the end of 4 years or 5 years or 6 years. But we did it in the first year. And we had 48 stock market highs, Roger. So Roger's a big beneficiary because he has a lot of stock. But anybody that has stock, including people with 401k. So the economy has never been like this. It was just announced that crime is at an all-time low. Best numbers on crime in the recorded history of our country, and the lowest numbers of murders in the history of our country that we have. Recorded history goes back 125 years. That's not bad. And a lot of that is because of the fact that we have a closed border. We've taken out thousands and thousands of criminals and murderers and drug dealers and everything else. And we've either brought them back to their country, or in some cases we have to put them in our jails because we don't want to have them come back. And so we don't want to just bring them back to their country and then they maybe come back. Despite our border, they're pretty sneaky, pretty smart. So we're doing things that nobody's ever seen before. The country is really in great shape. We have a large armada, flotilla, you can call it whatever you want, heading toward Iran right now, even larger than what we had in Venezuela. It's still in front of Venezuela. The Venezuelan situation, the leadership is doing a very good job. We're very happy, and we're getting along very, very well. And we're inviting countries of the world very shortly. They're going to be starting to take the oil. We're going to be heading that with the country, and it's worked out really well. We're now sending actually a larger number of ships to Iran, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we do make a deal, that's good. If we don't make a deal, we'll see what happens. But this is going to be exciting. So I'm going to ask, and he really is a legend. He's a great man. I've known him for a long time. I refuse to say it. We were both young. Now we're both a little older. We refuse to say old, but we're a little older. But Roger Penske is the chairman, as you know, of Penske Corporation. He's got everything you can imagine, mostly, I think, to do with automotive. And I'd like to ask him to say a few words about the event, because this is going to be, they're putting everything behind it, and I think it's going to be really exciting. Roger.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. This is a really amazing time for us as a company. This is the 250th anniversary for the country, and there's no better way for us to bring automotive speed into the D.C. area and to have the opportunity to be able to compete here with our Indy cars. As you know, we own the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we're taking that history of over 100 years and the speed and what's taken place there with the different manufacturers and bringing it here to this race will be amazing. Certainly the Freedom 250, when you think about it, it's just a byproduct of what the President has done during this year, and this will be an event, obviously, in August, which will make a huge difference. And we're excited. The areas for people to see. Most of the grounds will be free. So it's going to be an economic benefit to the area, to the city, and obviously with our Fox partner, Eric Shanks, will be our media partner. Believe me, what they did for us at Indy this past year, they're going to take that and put it on steroids, really, and take it to the next level. So thank you, Mr. President, for allowing us to come into your city.
That's so great.
Thank you.
Great, great man. Eric, I'd like to have you say a few words. He's done a fantastic job at Fox, and he's really excited about this, and I know they're going to lay it on the line. Eric, please.
Sure. Well, thank you, Mr. President, for having us here today. Big shout out to Secretary Duffy. This project was kind of on life support until you stepped in recently and got us here today. Secretary Burgum, your team has been absolutely
Explain
incredible.
how many times you came to Washington trying to do this.
I think Bud came here 81 times.
81 meetings I had in Capitol
Meeting
Hill.
with senators, meeting with people at the Capitol, and they all wanted it. Everybody wanted it, but they couldn't figure it out in this case. 80 some odd times. It's pretty amazing. So go ahead.
Well, it's a real honor to be a partner with Roger and IndyCar. And at Fox Sports, we do the biggest events in sports. This year we have the FIFA World Cup that we'll be celebrating here as well. And then dovetailing right after that, to be able to celebrate America's birthday on Fox is an absolutely incredible honor. And everyone at Fox Sports can't wait to see exactly how this is going to unfold and bring it to life. So, Mr. President, thank you again for signing this today.
And the big thing is August 21st through the 23rd, and I believe the race is on the 23rd, right?
Yes.
That's going to be incredible. They're going to have practice sessions. It's going to be just a very exciting period, I think, for Washington. If I could, I'd like to ask Sean Duffy, Secretary of Transportation, who's terrific and doing a great job. Much more important than Sean is we have Rachel Campos Duffy here, and she's one of the greatest people I know and one of the greatest people on television, so most of you know her, but I don't think we'll have her speak about the race because she knows less about it than anybody up here. But she is fantastic. Sean, please.
So the president gave us all a directive, which I'm grateful for. We're going to celebrate America's 250th birthday, and he asked all of us to think outside the box. How do we make this historic and cool, and let's all do this together? And he loves the country, he loves the birthday, and so we at DOT were working on this concept. We didn't know at the same time Penske was working on the same project too, and so we've come together, and Doug has been a wonderful partner. But to think 190 miles an hour down Pennsylvania Avenue, this is going to be wild. The last time we had a race in the capital city, Bud, was when?
1801, Thomas Jefferson with the horse race.
A horse race in 1801, Mr. President. Now we're going to do a real race.
That's so great. That's such a great.
So listen, this doesn't happen. You know, we just don't come in and ask the president to sign. There's a lot of work that goes into this, as you can tell. Bud and my chief of staff Pete all had a lot of meetings on the Hill. We couldn't be more excited about this. Again, I'm going to repeat: this is free for the American people to come to your nation's capital and see a great road race. Freedom, America, speed, and road racing. It doesn't get more American than that, Mr. President. So thank you for signing this, and thanks for all your support.
You are fantastic, and what a job you've done. They put it together very quickly. They've been coming here for years, and everybody wanted it. You know, every senator wants it, every Congress, everybody wants it, but they don't get things done. Trump gets things done. We didn't have 89 meetings. We had maybe a half a meeting. I think this is probably about a half a meeting. I'd like to thank Pete Meacham for the great job you've done representing us, and Luke Bunting. These are two young people that work with us, and they've really been fantastic. I'd like to ask Doug Burgum to say a few words. He's very much involved through his position of interior, because a lot of the space is interior. He sort of has, I think he's the largest landlord anywhere in the world by far. So Doug, could you say a few words?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. President. This birthday that's coming up, the 250th anniversary of America, Freedom 250, is the most monumental birthday maybe of any country ever in the history of the world. And President Trump, with his directive to celebrate this thing, we've got what's more American than race car driving? What's more monumental than the Indy 500 as an icon of what's going on in our country. And so merging the history and the tradition of our capital, Washington, D.C., with the speed and the innovation that goes on in the IndyCar series is incredible. And it's a great metaphor because the speeds we're talking about is the speed of President Trump. I want to reiterate, there weren't 81 meetings with the Trump administration. I think they called President Trump. He got Sean and I going, and that was like from Saturday till now, we have a race.
1 week.
1 week we have a race as opposed to like 4 months of talking. So I think there's also a metaphor here about President Trump, who's an incredible sportsman. He's an athlete himself, but he loves sports. And so whether it's soccer, UFC, the football draft, NFL football draft coming, IndyCar, and all the teams that he hosts here. I mean, to any American who loves sports, you ought to love this president because he's bringing professional sports to our capital. And again, August 21st to 23rd, you talk about the economic impact. By the time all these reporters get done telling the story, there's not going to be a hotel room available in this city on that weekend because everybody's going to want to be here. People that maybe have wanted to see an IndyCar race their whole life are now going to have an opportunity to come to their capital, celebrate 250, and see an IndyCar race for free. And they're going to be able to see it on the National Mall. And wherever you put down your lawn chair and watch this race for free, you're going to be staring at the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, the Jefferson Memorial. And I'm sure there's going to be fireworks this weekend too. I'm sure of that. And if you need a permit, you can get one from Interior. So anyway, it's absolutely incredible. And congratulations to Sean, Penske organization, Fox Sports, everybody for putting together. This is going to be a great celebration for America.
Thank you very much, and you're doing a fantastic job. Could I just ask Bud Danker, he's the president of Penske Corporation, to say a few words, please?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. You know, Eric Shanks and I from Fox had this dream and just last July. And could it ever be possible to bring a race to our nation's capital and celebrate our country's history? And everybody said there's no way. It's impossible. How do you put a race on at 190 miles an hour in the city of Washington, D.C.? I came here, I walked this area for a while, I found a racetrack on the Capitol grounds, up against a lot of meetings and couldn't get the kind of support we need. So within a week, Secretary Duffy and we put this together with the president, didn't we? And now we have a race here on our city property, on the national properties that is going to celebrate America. The word free shouldn't be overridden because we are going to have a free event here. People come out and celebrate our country's history. I also want to thank Mayor Bowser. She has been a great partner in this process as well too. So I know, Mr. President, she's a great supporter of what you've done here in the city as well too, and we thank her for this. But we're going to have an amazing event. We're going to make everybody in this country proud. We want everybody to come out for free and enjoy this and celebrate our country the way it should be here in the nation's capital. Thank you, Mr. President.
And I said, pick the best site. It's very important. Pick the best site. Don't go for second or third because there are a lot of different routes. I said, pick, even if it's more difficult to get approved. Pick the absolute best site. And they were actually looking at another site, and when I said that, they said, well, the best site is this site, the site we're doing. I said, let's take a look at it, and we think it's the best site too. It's actually better than the original site they were looking at. But if we're going to do it, we want to do it right. So this is going to be something in terms of the road width, the crowds, and everything else that we can all. The best site, one of the best sites I've ever seen, actually. It'll be beautiful. So I'm going to sign this, and if you have any questions on this subject, that'd be great. We just named a new Fed chairman today. You know that? He's a central casting. He's like Roger Penske, central casting. You know him, Roger? Very good guy. Roger, no auto pen. I didn't use an auto pen. Here, Roger, take that.
I will.
Here you go. I didn't want to sign each letter. You know, they sign each letter. They hand pens. I used to watch these presidents. One letter. You got to see what it looks like at the end. Never looks too good. Here, Rachel, take that. That's for your team. Congratulations. This is really exciting.
Thank you.
You have any questions about
On your Fed chair nominee, since you just brought it up, did Kevin Warsh commit to you that he will push to cut interest rates if he is confirmed?
No, but we talk about it, and I've been following them, and I don't want to ask him that question. I think it's inappropriate, probably. It probably would be allowed, but I want to keep it nice and pure. But he certainly wants to cut rates. I've been watching him for a long time.
Senator Tom Tillis.
Did you have any concern
concerns about his hawkish history of pushing for rate hikes?
He's going to want to do the same thing. I think that, yeah, I've had times when I think we've had to really have rate hikes too. But he's very smart, very good, strong, young, pretty young, and I think he's going to do that. I mean, he was the central casting guy that people wanted. Kevin was great. I tell you what, I met numerous people. Every one of them were fantastic, really fantastic. I wanted to keep Kevin here, and I thought that I called Kevin 1, Kevin 2, and we have. I said it's going to be a Kevin, but you know, Kevin really has been fantastic at the White House. You all know him. You know him very well, and so we have Kevin W.
Are you concerned, Mr. President, about the confirmation hearings? We've heard
No.
Senator Tillis. You think with the DOJ investigation?
This is in the whole country. I would say that this was the perfect candidate. This was not a surprise or anything. This was the man that's most qualified. Top student, best schools, everything was like perfect. The youngest person ever to serve on the Fed. Got the whole package. Looks don't mean anything, but he's got the look, right? Roger, looks don't mean anything, but he's got the look. It's okay. But he's got the whole package, and I think he's going to do a great job. And he loves the country.
Mr. President, why are you
Yeah,
suing?
Please, in the back, yes.
Are you giving Iran any kind of deadline to make a deal before potentially taking
Only
military
they
action?
know for sure.
Have you communicated that to them
Yeah,
directly?
I have.
Do you have a timeline for when you're going to pull back potentially the federal presence there?
Oh, we'll see how it all works out. They have to float someplace. They might as well float near Iran. But it's a rough situation going on. So I stopped 837 people, as you know, last week from being hung. They were going to hang 830. It was all set. And I mean, I'm looking at the people behind me just saying, what kind of racing's a lot nicer than that, right? They were going to hang 837 people, and I told them, if you do it, you're going to pay a price like nobody's ever paid before. And they pulled back. I appreciated that. A lot of people are being killed, so we'll see what happens. I can say this: they do want to make a deal.
Mr. President, about Virginia, actually, Virginia flipped the governors, and now they're looking at 50 proposals to increase taxes. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's terrible. I think a lot of people will leave Virginia. I saw that. Look, Glenn was a friend of mine, Glenn Youngkin, and worked so hard on cutting taxes. This woman came in, and in one swoop, she raised everything up higher than it ever was. I don't understand it. I mean, people voted for Democrat. When she came in and she raised, and I'll work with her like I work with everyone else, but she came into Virginia, raised everything to a point like taxes that nobody ever even heard of before. And I don't understand. How do people get elected with this kind of philosophy? This is only in the very modern age. You know, I grew up and I've always heard politicians will cut taxes, everybody screaming we're going to cut taxes. I cut taxes. I gave you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, in the great big beautiful bill. No tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. Interest deductions, Roger, when somebody buys a car, they can deduct the interest if they borrow money. That's the biggest thing in terms of the car business, right? Correct. So we have, you know, I give tax cuts and they give tax increases. I don't know how they get elected. They get elected because they cheat. You want to know the truth? If they didn't cheat, they'd have no chance. They have horrible policy, transgender for everyone. They have the little thing about open borders so that the world's prison population and mental hospitals can be emptied into our country. It's just a crazy, men playing in women's sports. Roger, are you a fan of men playing in women's sports? Only as a bettor. You'd like to bet. You're not a big fan, I don't think so. I don't want to get him in trouble, but I think he joins in 99%. They say it's an 80-20 issue. I think it's maybe 99-1.
Mr. President, why are you suing your own administration and the IRS? Why are you suing?
Who are you with?
I'm with ABC News.
You're a loud person. Very loud. Let somebody else have a chance.
Can you answer the question? Why are you suing IRS?
ABC fake news.
You're suing.
Go ahead. I didn't call on you. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you think the upcoming talks?
ABC, by the way, is truly one of the worst. Go ahead.
Do you think the upcoming talks between Russia and Ukraine stand a chance
I think they stand a chance. We've been trying. I've ended 8 wars. All of them I thought were going to be maybe tougher than this one. But Zelensky and Putin hate each other, and it makes it very difficult. But I think we're getting very close to getting a settlement. Hundreds of thousands of people, mostly soldiers, have been killed. Last week they lost 29,000 people. Last month they lost 29,000 soldiers. Can you believe that, fellas? 29,000. You lose one race driver, and it's a big deal. 29,000 soldiers in 1 month. 27,000 the month before. I think that we have a good chance of getting it settled. Yeah, ma'am.
Sure, Mr. President, on the Warsh nomination, what is your strategy for getting past the hole that Senator Tillis has on this process? He said he won't allow,
well, that's, that kind of thinking is why he's no longer a senator. He's going to be out of office. It's too bad. I always liked Senator Tillis, actually, but he did some things that were not smart. And whatever, I mean, if he doesn't approve, we'll just have to wait till somebody comes in that will approve it, right? So that's it. But I saw that. He wants to be an obstructionist, but we have a lot of obstructionists. I've had a lot, and we've created the best presidency maybe ever. Yeah.
A follow-up. If Iran doesn't make a deal, is your plan to replicate there what you just did in Venezuela?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to talk about anything having to do with what I'm doing militarily, but we have a tremendously powerful fleet there. We have the most powerful ships in the world. We have the most powerful military by far in the world. We showed that on numerous occasions. I mean, I rebuilt the military in my term. If I didn't do, I wouldn't, I think, be able to say that, but I rebuilt the military, the entire United States military in my first term. And now we're building it bigger, better, stronger than ever before.
I've got to go.
We're adding something called a battleship. You would find this interesting. You know the old-fashioned beautiful battleship? And we're adding up to 25 of them.
I'll likely listen to this on my way to work.
100 times more powerful than the battleships of the 1940s.
If you tuned in, thanks, man.